One thing I want this channel to be is fair. I have my views and strong opinions about the role of government and the value of freedom and liberty. I see those ideals as the most important things for our society to prosper and for individuals to flourish. But not everyone will agree with me. And that's fine. It should be expected, and it shouldn't further the division between people. I can respectfully disagree with you while also giving you a fair shake and hearing you out. This channel comes prepackaged with the premise that the media is lying to you, which they are. It's about exposing their lies and hypocrisy. And while it seems we're at an apex of media disinformation in America, the only way to relieve that tension is through logic and understanding. Dialogue devoid of the emotional tricks and twisted language. We need to center around common understanding sometimes. That's why I have to give credit when it's due. The one and only Don Lemon actually had a good take on the recent police officer shooting in Columbus, Ohio. Here he is.
People are anguished watching another video like this, and I get it. But even in our anguish, we cannot abandon the responsibility we have to be fair. And even while our hearts are hurting, we have to judge each incident based on what we see and the facts we know. When I look at this video, I see police responding to a dangerous incident where someone is armed with a knife. Police have walked up on a situation, they need to figure out what's happening. Other lives are in danger. If we're going to discuss this case, we need to be honest and use our common sense. We cannot have a double standard. We have to acknowledge that police have jobs to do. But with people dying every day, we've got to find a pathway to justice, a roadmap to take this country to where we need to be, to liberty and justice for all.
I'm certainly no fan of Don Lemon, and his hypocritical statements and utter stupidity will probably remain etched in my brain for many years to come. But for today, for these few moments at least, I can agree with him. I'm not going to forget about the things he said before and his contribution to the polarized country we find ourselves with. But in order for our future to be a little brighter, we need to share some common ground. And the left needs to realize that not every police shooting is the fault of the police or indication of a systemic issue. Sometimes they actually are the good guys and they do save people, contrary to popular opinion. And if we can agree to objectively look at each case and judge it by its merits, try to determine the meaning from facts instead of rhetoric, we're headed in the right direction. Now, all that being said, the morons were still out in full force on this one, showing their lack of objective reasoning and nonsensical remarks, led by Joy Behar. Just a portrait of intellectual might on The View.
So, Joy, you were talking to Don Lemon about this last night, apparently. Tell us.
Well, he texted me because I mentioned this case yesterday in vis-a-vis the George Floyd case. And he said, that the cop had no choice or something to that effect. And my feeling is, I don't know if that's true or not. I really can't figure it out anymore. I mean, it seems to me, in a situation, this is what it looked like to me, and I've looked at the tape and I still can't figure it out. Shoot the gun in the air as a warning, tase a person, shoot them in the leg, shoot them in the behind, stop them somehow. But if the only solution is to kill a teenager, there's something wrong with this. There's something very, very wrong with the way these things are being conducted. Even if the cop had to do it, there's something wrong with it. I can't explain it any better than that. But he and I were going back and forth last night because he has a completely different view of this. But all I can say is we keep talking about this over and over again, and kids still keep getting shot.
First of all, We've been having this argument over police shootings for damn near 10 years now. Could some of you please, for the love of God, quit saying such stupid stuff over and over? The same stupid thing. Like, maybe one of these times you could just listen to the responses to your sheer nonsense and switch up the argument a little bit. But no, you're so stuck in your bubble that you'll never switch up your position. You'll always just come out with these complete, utter nonsense statements that I actually hear normal people talk about this stuff, which if you think for 1 second to yourself, you wouldn't. But since you hear somebody talking about it on TV, then you just repeat it. Everybody's repeating themselves and they don't even listen to what they're saying. When I hear anything like shoot him in the leg, shoot him to wound him, just tackle him, pull out a taser, when there's a perpetrator using deadly force, I'm sorry, I'm checking out of your argument just right there. Because you're not being a real person at that point. You're not using your brain. You're not thinking about all the issues with what you're saying. If you can't take 1 second to just consider the counterpoint to all that, I immediately know you're being disingenuous and you're not looking at it objectively. And Joy Behar, with no sense of irony, seriously suggests that the officer should have shot a warning shot into the air in this situation. Are you fucking crazy? Then we'd end up with a girl stabbed to death anyway. And what about the bullet that just got shot in the air, Joy? I'm sure if that ended up hitting and killing somebody else, it's a residential neighborhood. You're just going to shoot bullets off in the air? If that killed somebody, you'd be blaming the police officer for that. We'd be in a totally different situation. You'd say, why would he ever shoot his gun in the air? And these are the arguments that demand ridicule. She says she looked at the tape and still can't figure it out. Well, if that's the case, then just shut the hell up about it. If you watched the video and don't know what's going on, why are you even talking about it? And you can sense in her answer, it's very palpable. Joy is obviously a sheltered lady, and she literally lives in this space where the world is this utopia where nothing bad happens and no one ever has bad intentions. The cops should never kill anybody. The way she frames this, like, if the only solution is to kill a teenager, there's something wrong with this. No, Joy, there's something wrong with a teenager running around with a knife trying to kill other people. There's actually nothing wrong with an officer shooting to eliminate that threat, whether it's a teenager or not. Doesn't change it. So good job, Don Lemon. You were objective for once, and I'll give you that. Still so much bullshit to sift through, though. Thank you for watching the video. Links to the materials will be found in the video description. Comment on your thoughts below. Was my praise for Don Lemon too much? Follow Exhibit Media on your platform of choice and come join the conversation and follow us on Minds. This has been Exhibit Media, signing out.